Few characters in Brawl Stars' colorful and turbulent world have had such a dramatic journey as Frank, the burly tank with a hammer as big as his heart. Frank was formerly the laughingstock of the Brawl Stars community, constantly appearing at the bottom of tier rankings compiled by notable YouTubers and professional players alike. However, in an unexpected turn of events, the most recent game update has converted Frank into a powerhouse, transforming mockery into adulation. So let's uncover the story of Frank's redemption. Frank debuted in Brawl Stars in May of 2018, as a tank with enormous hit points and a devastating yet slow attack. He loses mobility when attacking or using his super. His trait enables Frank to charge his super against opponents that harm him. At full health, his attack is a delayed swing of his hammer on the ground, which generates a shockwave. However, the delay reduces as his health drops. His super, like his strike, is a greater shockwave that destroys obstructions and stuns adversaries it encounters at the cost of a longer delay. His first gadget, Active Noise Cancelling, grants him temporary immunity to stuns, slows, and knockbacks. His second gadget, Irresistible Attraction, causes his next strike to draw his foes towards him while increasing damage. We can also add that his first star power, Power Grab, temporarily boosts his damage output after defeating an enemy brawler. His second star power, Sponge, boosts his maximum health for the duration of the match. His Hypercharge, Seismic Smash, causes his super to hit anybody in a circle surrounding him. In 2018, Frank underwent a few changes. His health increased to 5,800 from 5,600, and his main attack range increased to 5.67 tiles from 5 tiles. His main attack range would increase from 5.67 to 6.33, and then his super range would increase to 7.33. So he had more reach. However, at the end of 2018, it decreased to 6 tiles, and then his super range decreased to 7 tiles. He also got a buff in health, meaning he could tank just a little bit more. This was a good buff, and something Frank definitely needed. He would also receive a 0.66 tower range increase on his normal attacks as well as a super. But after some time, he would receive a nerf, as they reduced the range by 0.33. This made him not good.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
In theory, Frank had the potential to be a formidable force on the battlefield. However, in practice, Frank's cumbersome attack mechanics and susceptibility to interruption during his windups made him an easy target for quicker, more agile brawlers. As a result, Frank frequently found himself at the bottom of tier lists, universally panned by players and content creators. As mentioned earlier, his biggest downfall would be speed, which was extremely low. He had a hammer the size of him, so in order to pick it up and swing it, it would take a long time. This gave enemies plenty of time to get out of the way, especially on a bigger and more open map. This pretty much made him unusable for solo showdown, and made him only usable in team game modes, as maps were smaller and there would be a higher chance of getting hits off as enemies were closer together. Plus, you could have your teammates who would distract the enemies from attacking you during your attack. In 2019, he received a rework to a star power that allowed him to instantly obtain the power from someone he killed rather than from enemy brawlers. That was a nerf that made him worse because you couldn't profit from a kill that your teammate got. And now you had to get the first kill in order to benefit from the first kill, which then allowed you to benefit from the extra damage of the second kill. Additionally, you couldn't tactically wait a few seconds before picking up the power to wait for an enemy to arrive. Frank was an interesting brawler, as he bore a resemblance to Frankenstein. However, Frank's hardships were not overlooked by the Brawl Stars community. Even though he gained some fans, YouTubers such as Kairos Time, Lex, and much more consistently ranked Frank at the bottom of their tier list, frequently with amusing commentary on his flaws. The community rapidly picked up on his story, and Frank became a meme among Brawl Star fans. Memes about Frank typically highlighted his slow attack speed, his vulnerability during his windup, and his apparent lack of viability in most game modes. Players would joke about the futility of selecting Frank in competitive play, and fan art often depicted him as a lovable but inept character who couldn't catch a break. But every story of redemption has a turning point, and for Frank, it came in the form of a massive balance update released by Supercell, the developers of Brawl Stars. The update brought significant changes to Frank's abilities, addressing many of the issues that had plagued him since his release. Firstly, Frank's attack wind-up time was reduced, allowing him to swing his hammer more quickly and effectively. Additionally, his supercharge rate was increased, meaning he could unleash his devastating stun ability more frequently. Perhaps most importantly, Frank was given a passive ability that made him immune to stuns and knockbacks during his attack animation, eliminating one of his biggest vulnerabilities. Additionally, if there were no external damage buffs or debuffs applied, Frank would glow purple after defeating an opponent, Brawler, and have a 50% damage boost for 12 seconds. The effect doesn't stack, but its duration is renewed if he defeats another enemy while it's active. Additionally, Frank received 1,400 more health points for the whole game. This also has an impact on Colette's attack damage, self-regeneration, and the damage done during Graveyard Shift. With this newfound strength, Frank quickly became a popular choice in competitive play. His high health and improved attack mechanics made him a valuable asset in team compositions. Frank's ability to stun multiple enemies with his super turned the tide in many matches, providing crucial crowd control that could swing the momentum in his team's favor. In tournaments and high-level matches, Frank's presence was now felt. Teams had to adapt their strategies to account for the threat he posed, adding a new layer of complexity to the game. Frank's journey from zero to hero became an inspiring narrative, proving that even the most ridiculed characters could become champions with the right adjustments. Due to his high health and ability to outdamage and outlast melee and small robots while his allies take out sniper robots, Frank is a valuable addition to the Robo-Rumble team. Frank can also be used in takedowns as well. Due to his quick movement and ability to absorb damage quickly, he can easily catch up to the boss and deliver massive damage to him. Additionally, his fast reload speed allows him to deal continuous damage to the boss, and his already high health allows him to resist numerous strikes from the boss. Frank is also helpful in gem grab, because it is possible to take control of the gem mine and make it easier for his comrades to gather gems by stunning the other team. In addition, if the adversary is trying to flee while holding gems, he can stun the gem carrier and take them out with ease. The response from the Brawl Stars community was immediate and enthusiastic. Players who had previously written Frank off as a joke were now singing his praises. Social media was flooded with posts celebrating the new Frank, and content creators were quick to update their tier list to reflect his newfound strength. YouTubers who had previously mocked Frank were suddenly promoting his abilities in montage videos, highlighting his potential as a top-tier brawler. The character who had been the target of so many jokes was suddenly the star of innumerable highlight reels, dominating in a variety of game modes and establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with. Memes about Frank took on a new life, but this time the tone was different. Instead of mocking his ineffectiveness, the community embraced Frank's redemption arc. Memes depicted Frank as a triumphant underdog who had overcome the odds and silenced his critiques. The hashtag #FrankIsOP began trending, with players sharing their stories of victories won with Frank leading the charge. The balance update didn't just change Frank's viability in the game, it also changed the way he was perceived by the Brawl Stars community. Frank had always been a lovable character, with a design that stood out and a backstory that endeared him to fans. But now, he was also respected as a formidable brawler. Frank's makeover has generated debates regarding game balance and the role of updates in keeping the meta current and exciting. Players praise Supercell for its willingness to take risks and make big modifications to improve the game's balance. Frank's redemption became a case study for how judicious modifications may revitalize underperforming characters. However, others wanted more. A few fans made some really bizarre proposals. Some genuinely desired Frank invincible, impervious to impact. In a lighthearted suggestion, one user said, "Make him immune to all damage, ever." I paid attention when you advised me to buff him and make the pick rate increase significantly. This clever analysis perfectly captures the community's wish for a substantial increase in Frank's capacity to survive. Another player suggested that Frank be given the option to move while attacking or to accelerate his attack to engage targets more quickly. These ideas emphasize how Frank needs to feel more maneuverable and powerful in combat. Some players called for drastic adjustments, including giving Frank immunity to stuns or a massive health boost. The community's desire to portray Frank as a strong candidate who is up for any task is evident in these recommendations. Fans of Brawl Stars are passionate about improving Frank's skills, and they have come up with a variety of creative and useful ideas to change the way he plays. Furthermore, to celebrate Frank's rise, the Brawl Stars community organized various events and challenges. Fan art contests showcased creative depictions of Frank's journey, while players shared their favorite Frank moments on social media. The Brawl Stars subreddit was flooded with posts celebrating Frank's redemption, with many players expressing their gratitude to Supercell for giving Frank the buff he deserved. As the Brawl Stars meta evolves, Frank's legacy will survive. He is still a popular character, not just for his gaming mechanics, but also for the journey he made, and the community support that helped him along the way. Frank's journey serves as a reminder that in the ever-changing world of gaming, redemption is always possible, and even the most underappreciated characters can rise to prominence with the correct modifications and a supportive community. From being relentlessly ridiculed and ranked as the worst character, Frank's transformation into a great brawler showcases the power of perseverance and the importance of staying open to change. In the world of Brawl Stars, every character has the potential to shine, and Frank's story is a shining beacon of that possibility. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Brawl Impact. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out the next one shown on screen.